Down a clay pigeon with his pistol.
We will give him the trophy of the decade. I have seen it.
I saw a guy that went to it one time.
No, it's a
22 long run.
I tell you what, Alan Cates is here, so y'all better shake.
Yeah, y'all are in serious trouble already.
Alan Cates is the winner, always.
Except that time he and Craig just shot. We just finally had to give up.
Hey.
Well, I've been practicing, man. I've been killing turtles.
That's cool how those lines come right to that point, though.
Yeah.
That's a tiny inner tube. We never used the same set of poles, so I hope I can get it tied off right the first time. No guarantees, but. Okay, we're just going to roll it out that way. Shake off anywhere. There's the start. Just pull it down that way, right?
Pull it right through? We're not going to open.
Yeah, this bottom to the bottom of that pole. Pull it on, not through it, but over here along this pole.
Okay,
right
over
there.
there.
Lay it on top of it.
Oh, I see, on top of this pole there.
All right, now we're going to stretch it so that comes to the bottom. Hey, how you doing?
Good. Here we go. All right, she's on the bottom.
You're lucky you got here, otherwise I'd have you playing Indian.
Cliff.
I had a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do it for the stuff bring it?
Oh, good.
We don't bring it at all.
Yeah, don't bring a thing right now. We got it all covered. You don't have to bring anything tonight.
Okay, good. Well, our daughter and son-in-law and grandkids are going to be here in a half hour or something like that.
Okay, we're going to be at the house, eating out there, sandwiches and stuff.
Oh, at the house.
Then we'll come over here right after like 1:30 or so. We got
Probably, maybe even 8 squares.
organized chaos going on here.
Okay, see you later.
Okay, you want to hook this loop over there at the bottom of the pool?
No, just as long as we're pretty much in the right length.
All right, well, all right. Bottom of the loop hits the bottom of the pole.
Yeah, more or less where we are. I just let that rest on my legs so you don't have to hurt your back. And then we're going to let you do the hard part. All right, what we're going to do, I got to get the seams on the inside, and that's the way they are right now. The way I can catch water from the outside. All we're going to do, we're going to walk this pole up just like this. We're going to drop it in that slot, and it's going to turn so this canvas stays to the outside. So
It's like this
yeah,
way.
you got to rotate like this. You're going to turn and put it up, and I'll drop it in. All right. We got close. There's a couple smoke flaps. See up there? You want to make sure they go to the outside. Don't let them get caught in your
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I gotta do that.
I tied it a little bit long, but it'll work.
Get it? You want to redo it?
Alright. Here's a few doors right here. So, hanging in. Yes, I'm going to have to move that pole out. Yeah. To the back side. Just sit.
Good thing I've done this before.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Second
Regularly.
Yeah, that's a good thing I've done it. Otherwise, he'd be in trouble.
I think we can make it work. I believe we can. We're just going to follow this. Lay it on the pole just like we did.
Here.
Come back the other way.
Both sides? All right. Wait a minute. It took hold too. Did you want to do that? All right.
Okay. Hey, right behind him. Right behind Josh's shit. Wait,
hanging over. Right here. Okay. Now we can pull this other half from around, so let's set this right here. Now here's where the tall guys come in before we get too excited. Let's make sure we got both legs there.
Hi, Cliff.
Hi. And how are you?
Pretty good.
Cliff,
Hey, Cliff.
good to see you.
Howdy. What a coinkydink you being here.
Yeah, well, I see y'all got it up.
There. Mr. Cliff, how are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
Glad you're here. I'm all hot and sweaty, but I'm going to hug you anyway.
Yeah.
We're all going to be hot and sweaty before it's over with.
Well, at least the rain kind of cooled things
I know.
off for a while.
Yeah,
Not
no
gonna
tall
last
guy.
us.
That's probably the closest we got to a tall guy.
Can we borrow your tall chair
Me?
there, sir? That blue one?
Yeah.
Gee, you never knew anybody called you tall, did you?
Josh will be.
Yeah, I think it's in Josh's there. He's light.
He got the genes on his mama's side, on his mama's daddy's side.
I just showed him once. This is really an IQ test.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt's going to fail.
Y'all are in trouble.
That's really good.
Wrong hole.
As soon as you
Oh,
show
is that the
up,
right hole? Okay, go for it.
as soon as you show up, we put you to work. That's the way this works.
How long has y'all been here?
Well, we showed up Thursday night.
Okay.
Stayed in the hotel. It was like midnight by the time we actually got here.
Take it back to camp.
Came in here yesterday morning, and she was zooming in.
As soon as you get that zipped up, we'll put some spread to this.
Alright. What? You found one?
Put some bread in there.
Uh-oh.
What?
I think I messed up.
That's what I was saying. I think you got the wrong one.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Joey. There's a hat.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, isn't it? We said it's a 1.5 horsepower motor, and it's got a very simple carburation system on it that detects whenever the RPM slows down, it kicks in for just a second and gets an ignition and makes it go again. So it takes about 45 minutes to an hour to make oxygen.
Put the salt in the ice cream, you put it in the ice. That makes it get extra cold. Makes it get cold enough before you use the ice cream. Otherwise it won't freeze the ice cream, it'll just go around and around.
doing?
Doing all right? How about you? This is an authentic chuck wagon. Everything on it is original. And it's about 130 to 140 years old. Every single detail is reproduced exactly or is the original. For example, these little bolts right there, he had replacements put on there, and it was exactly the same thing, but it wasn't made originally 130 or 40 years ago, and so he found some this year and has taken the other ones off and replaced those so that this will be original. He's in competition with these things, and he has won second prize, and he's dying to get first prize. And there's usually 18 to 20 wagons that are in the competition, and he's going to cook us a meal with this soon. We'll have it tonight. An actual Indian TeePee. Smoke hole. Kind of disorienting. It's really quite large inside. And the bugs like it. Ah, the bugs. Over here we got the horse traders and liars.
Mostly liars.
Mostly liars.
They talk about my granddad's place and all that. That's a good.
And there's Mildred. And there's Brian and Rob and Lee, and I'll get all the names here in a minute. I'm gonna go look. Callie, what is out there?
Well, the way this party goes, you know, we don't do anything on time. It doesn't run by the clock.
There's Shelby. She's in charge of the shooting match.
By the way, Alan, Shirley wants to know if we can borrow your video camera.
Coverage for ESPN. Sure. What for? When?
We can't tell you.
Oh.
But we'll bring it back. Yes.
I see.
It's for something for the internet. Don't worry about it. You'll get your 20%, I promise.
We're a little low.
Watch it now. Watch it now.
We're in the money.
That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah. I got all the banana trees. I got, you know. Perv, what are you doing? Trying to get a shot on my nipple.
Okay, how do you pause it?
Just hit the button again.
Oh. Wow, JH, get after it.
We're in the country out there. Hey, can you put that camera down and slap some of this on me? I think I drank that beer entirely too fast. It was like water. Lady, put the camera down before I have to whoop you. Think I'm playing? Have you ever heard of Roy D. Mercer? We ought to pull a truck around.
We
It
ought
will
to, yeah.
crack your ass. Some people really get pissed off at him.
Yeah.
And his deal is like, I think I'm going to have to come
Alright.
down there and open up a can of whoop ass on you. And some people are like, well, come on down, I'll be waiting for you. Some people are like, oh, no, you know, we'll get it straight.
Boy.
We take the wieners. Huh? Yeah, she already filmed my nipples. You want another good shot? There you go. It's right there. There's a good.
Big old poking out.
Let me see your...
Oh, you Tom Green?
Pretty good old Blondie here.
You're gonna burn your head.
What is the name of that movie where this powder?
Yeah.
I'm not feeling the love of that comment at all. I'm just not feeling well.
If I go get a spoon, will you bend it for me? I'm gonna go grab that chair. All right, G.
All right.
I couldn't resist, man.
Oh, it's
Hey,
all right.
love you, man.
Everyone get their cheap shots in while they're even
Love you,
still
man.
young. I
That's
already
all
went
right.
up to see my mom's side of the family in Missouri, and they got their fair share in.
Fair share of what?
Huh? Nothing.
Pokeness?
Easy. Oh, whoa! Oh man.
No, you don't.
How you do this, Rob? Kind of like this? Yeah.
Right.
You know what the rules are? As soon as we start, before we start, everybody's going to have their paddles in the air, and then your gun's going to go off, and you're going to paddle down across the water, touch the other side. Pardon me? What's that? speaks sign language, the universal language of the plains. There's over 300 Indian dialects out there. He can communicate with all of them. Plus, he can read signs. He can not only tell you how many Indians came by, whether they're friendly or hostile, sir.
Well, let me get you to my most important tools here.
You know, there's a whole bunch of individuals like this, and you may know their names. People like Bigfoot Wallace here in Texas. People like Kit Carson, Jim Fitzgerald, Broken Hand, folks like that. Nobody's ever heard of Big Old Timer here because he just hadn't had stories written about him, but that don't matter. He knows as much as they do. What you working to?
Well, these pilgrims won't survive out here. These are the most important ones. This will keep you well fed and keep the hair on your head right here. This is my 36 caliber I left home with.
Little old squirrel rifle. Light, long barrel, might have percussion, might have a flint. This is what every one of your great-granddaddies would have had hanging over your mantel place. Keep food on the table, keep you safe. This also happens to be why we're a free country today. Those English came over trying to keep us a colony, using those big old musket barrels, unrifled, fire a ball about that big. They couldn't hit a man at 75 yards. Using these little squirrel rifles, we can take a squirrel out of a tree at 100 yards. This little pea shooter, we cleaned their clock and sent them back home across the big water, and that's why we're a free country today.
Well, here's what my main gun is, my buffalo gun there, 50 caliber.
You can see it's shorter for use on a horseback, made much heavier, heavier charge, so you can take down a buffalo or a grizzly. But it's pretty darn simple mechanism. Got 3 pieces to it. Just that simple. Made by hand by a frontier gunsmith on a forge. Could any of us do that today? Well, lock, stock, and barrel. You just name those 3 parts. And here's the way it works. You're going to be able to load it using black powder. You know the charge. You're going to take a little ball, 50 caliber, wrap it up in ticking like mattress cloth, and you're going to ram that ball down with this charge. Take you about a minute under normal conditions. A good shot might get off 3 a minute in a hurry. Of course, the last thing you're going to do, put a cap on there. You'll be working with a gun that might go off. That little cap or that little flint is going to be what sets everything off. 2 triggers to these old guns. Pull the back one, it sets the front. You just touch that front trigger and it'll go off. Set off the powder charge. You hope it goes off, because sometimes it doesn't work when you want it to. You've heard keep your powder dry. Well, sometimes, and if you're interested in it tonight, we may have what we call a little candle shoot for you kids. What we do is we don't put any bullets or any powder in there, of course, but we light a candle, put it about 5 feet away, and using nothing but a primer. If you're dead on, you can blow that candle out. See what kind of shots you might be. You know who we found out typically turns out to be the best shot? It's the women. It's the girls. You know why? Girls will listen and take instruction. All Texas men are born with a gene that makes them dead-eye dick from birth. Old timer, you've seen some changes out here. Where's the buffalo? What's happening?
Well, I don't rightly know, but you know, when I first come out here, well, the buffalo was stretched from horizon to horizon as far as you could see.
More
When and I got to Texas, we all contracted cholera too. My husband and 2 children died, and that left me without a family. But my Native American friends took me in and gave me herbs, therapeutic baths, and they treated me with roots and barks and all kinds of things that healed me. And during that time period, I learned how to cure people with herbs and other medicines. And so then I started going out into the hillside to the people who didn't have a doctor and healing them. Maybe they might have a stomach ache or a lung disorder, or maybe a woman had to deliver a baby. So I'd be gone for days on horseback. That is one of the ways I made a living. Now, I didn't always get money. Sometimes I got a chicken, maybe some food. So another way I made a living was to add a cabin onto the back of a room onto the back of my cabin. And in that room, I have a bathtub and also an area where I can wash clothes. So for those men that are coming through the territory, I give them the ability to take a bath, wash their clothes, and send them on their way. And it's been a very hard life out here on the plains of Texas without a family. But I couldn't have made it without my Native American friends.
You know, ordinary people, and their story's not just their story, it's the story of all of our ancestors. Common people doing extraordinary things to make this place what Texas is today. Now I want to tell you the rest of the story. 1860, I'm on a raid with Captain Saul Ross. It's a little northwest of here. We're chasing a hostile band. Turns out they're Comanches. The band splits. I'm running up a ravine, chasing 4 of them. I'm just about to pull down and take one of them, and I realize that's not a buck at all, that's a squaw. Then I get closer, and I see that she has 2 blue eyes. We have reason to believe that this is that long-lost little girl captured 24 years ago. She was taken in by the Comanches and treated well. Married a chief, Nakona, had 2 young children. 10-year-old son escaped with the rest of the band. But we recaptured that girl and her little baby. She only knew 3 words of her native tongue: Cynthia Ann Parker. We took Cynthia Ann and her little girl, Prairie Flower, back to civilization. Her family was overjoyed to see her, but happiness was never again in Cynthia Ann Parker's eyes. Within 2 years, Prairie Flower took a fever and died, and shortly thereafter, Cynthia Ann died as well. Some say with a broken heart. She had lost the only family she knew in her wild and free way of life on the planet.
That's what you got, right?
Surprise! You did, didn't you? pretend like it was some. Oh my God. Happy birthday, Callie. Give her a hug.
Group hug. Group hug. Yeah, hug, hug. It's good. It's good. She's very happy. I can tell she's happy.
She's in shock.
Oh, that's perfect. What?
Go.